Sometimes a week can feel like a collection of waiting. The doctor's office, the airport, the pickup line at school, and there's only so much idle scrolling you can take. Make the most of your wait and download the free Boise State Public Radio mobile app to enjoy the company of live radio and podcasts. Stay entertained and informed with the latest news, inspiring stories, and thought-provoking discussions. Download the Boise State Public Radio app today to make your future waiting worthwhile.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho's daily news. Good morning, I'm George Prentice. You may remember not too long ago, Boise State forfeited a women's volleyball game against San Jose State. Well, we've got some new details on that story coming up in just a moment. Plus, we've got an update on the fire watch. And today begins early in-person voting in 10 Idaho counties, including Ada County. We'll have details on that as well. It is Tuesday, October 15th, and here are today's stories. You may remember us telling you about Boise State's recent decision to forfeit a volleyball game against San Jose State. Now, newly revealed records confirm that Boise State officials held a transgender volleyball player at the forefront of their discussions prior to forfeiting that match. James Dawson reports.
Emails and texts obtained through a public records request show Boise State's volleyball coach Sean Garris, athletic director Jeremiah Dickey, and other administrators discussed the player among themselves and planned to talk about her with the team. Christina Van Tol, the athletic director overseeing Title IX, wrote she wanted the team to share either in person or through an anonymous survey if they had issues playing against a transgender athlete. It's unclear whether that survey took place or who ultimately decided to forfeit the match. Boise State did not immediately return a request for comments. It appears Dickey gave advance notice the day before the forfeiture to SJSU's athletic director, the Mountain West Conference, and the Pac-12 Conference, which Boise State is poised to join in 2026. The Broncos swept SJSU last year in 3 straight sets, with the transgender player recording 6 kills and 6 errors in 22 attacks, one of her worst performances of the season. James Dawson, Boise State Public Radio News.
And you can read much more on this story at our website, boisestatepublicradio.org. Monday was no holiday on the front lines of wildland fires in our region. Checking on the Valley Fire east of Boise, Idaho Power acknowledged late yesterday that Idaho Power equipment was involved in the ignition of the Valley Fire. A power pole broke and likely caused an energized wire to contact the ground. Idaho Power says its crew had inspected that line 3 times this year and hadn't reported any issues previously. The power company's statement came in the wake of an Idaho Department of Lands investigation report. The Valley Fire is approaching 10,000 acres that have been burned. Now over to the massive lava fire, which has burned nearly 98,000 acres as of this morning. John Pitts is the operations section chief on the scene. He says flights over the northern edge of the lava have revealed images of some hot points for hotshot crews to concentrate on.
They are currently on a seek and destroy mission for any hot spots using an IR map that was flown yesterday.
And again, that IR is infrared imaging, and as of this morning, the lava fire is 90% contained. Now to the follow-up on this past weekend's fire in the Union Block building in downtown Boise. That building declared unsafe a year ago. Well, the fire is now being investigated as a possible arson. It was a year ago that city inspectors said the building was unsafe, ordering all businesses out of the Union Block building and ordering the owner to put in extensive safety measures. That issue is still being tangled up in court, but this past weekend, there was a fire in an old kitchen on the building's first floor. No injuries to report. Fire crews put it out in short order. But again, an arson team has taken over the investigation. With 3 weeks to Election Day, the election season takes another big step today as early in-person voting begins in 10 Idaho counties, including Blaine, Gem, Minidoka, and Twin Falls counties. And now Jamie Geary gives us details on how workers in Idaho's largest election operation are getting things going today in Ada County.
Early voting sites will be open across the Treasure Valley today. These include the Ada County Election Building, Boise, Meridian, and Kuna City Halls, and the public libraries at Eagle and Bound Crossing. Ada County's mobile voting unit will allow voters to cast ballots in the parking lots of schools and libraries from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays until the Friday before the election. The mobile trailer will be stationed outside Rocky Mountain High School in Meridian today and move down to Boise's Lake Hazel Library tomorrow. Residents can visit any early voting site or the mobile unit regardless of their assigned voting district to cast their ballot. They can also register to vote on the spot at early voting locations and polling places on Election Day. The Ada County Elections Office says early voting locations are not for dropping off absentee ballots, which must still be mailed in or submitted in person to Ada County City Halls or the Elections Office itself. Online voting registration closed last week on October 11th, and the deadline to request an absentee ballot is October 25th. Jamie Geary, Boise State Public Radio News.
And we have a voter guide and other election resources on our website, boisestatepublicradio.org. And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. To stay in touch with the news between now and then, check out boisestatepublicradio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. Thanks for listening.
The candidates for November are set.
I know Donald Trump's type.
Between now and Election Day,
we are not going back.
A campaign season unfolding faster.
Kamala Harris is not getting a promotion
Than any in recent history.
Make America great again.
Follow it all with new episodes every weekday on the NPR Politics Podcast.